a podcast to honor the gods.
This better come with a sacrifice.
Dave X Media.
The bits.
Welcome to The Bits, hosted by your favorite jam buds, Robert and Charlie. Which one's which, you have to decide right now.
I thought we were doing like you say your name and then I say and Charlie.
Nah, you know what? I am Robert and Charlie. You are nobody. I stole your name.
You know what? We'll probably just do this intro a million different ways as the show goes on, I think. I think that's how it's gonna work.
But Charlie, you know what else works?
What? Nothing.
Team works. We can do anything
What's
if
gonna
we
work?
work together.
Teamwork. Oops, we did two different songs.
We
We
did
fucked
two
it up.
different songs. We are two different brain cells. There is one brain cell shared between the two of us, and neither of us used it in that moment.
Correct.
How are you doing, Charbine?
I sure am doing, but you know what? My gem is glowing.
Your gem is glowing. Hey, my gem's glowing too. Did you eat some cookie cat?
I did. Actually, I wish I did. I'm not a ice cream sandwich person, but
Neither
like
am I really.
I think I would like to try Cookie Cat.
Cookie cat. It looks like it has strawberry ice cream in it, and
It definitely
I'm not a huge
does.
fan of strawberry ice cream,
It's like vanilla and strawberry, and then chocolate cookie.
which sounds like I've been offered Neapolitan ice cream before, and I have been very grateful all the time that it's the chocolate part that's touching the strawberry part, because I do not like strawberry. So I will gladly eat the vanilla and a little bit of the vanilla that touch the chocolate. But if any of the vanilla is touching the strawberry, I will burn it.
Okay. For a while I was like really obsessed with Neapolitan shakes. So I would
Neapolitan shakes?
yes.
Charlie, how much fucking sugar do you consume?
Listen, I like milkshakes. So
Milkshakes bringing all the boys to the yard, and they're like, this is a terrible milkshake. Who the fuck would make a Neapolitan milkshake? I'm out of here.
listen, I like the ice creams. I've not actually had strawberry outside of Neapolitan though.
Yeah, because strawberry
Like
ice
I've only
cream
had it
is
when
like,
it's mixed.
strawberry is like objectively the second worst ice cream flavor.
Things I'm learning. Okay.
And objectively the
but
first
Robert,
worst is anything with mint.
I'm sure we're gonna find this out in trivia. But like I just always remember, I think this was like, I don't know if it was a theory or like a meme or something Steven Universe related I saw on the internet that Cookie Cat represents like Steven and Rose.
That sounds cringe, dude. That sounds super fucking cringe. That sounds like the kind of thing an early fan base would come up with before all the heavy shit would drop.
I mean, no, that is the heavy shit because she left her family behind.
I mean, but she did it for a reason.
Yeah, but still like the
She did it for a reason.
that's Rose / Pink. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
And then the whole like the fact that Cookie Cat is the vanilla and then the pink.
Mm-hmm.
It's foreshadowing for the finale.
Yeah. Oh,
you remember the Steven Universe finale?
Not the future finale, the regular Steven Universe finale.
The regular one.
I remember.
Where we have the two Stevens. And one is pink.
And one is pink. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's it.
Charbine.
Yeah.
Did you know that we're looking today at season 1, episode 1, Gem Glow? Steven thinks his favorite ice cream sandwiches are the trick to summoning his magic shield, but he learns otherwise when facing off with an acid-spewing insect monster.
You know what? I want to be like, okay, but Steven, come on. Obviously, it's not like food that activates your gem. But also, like, his gem is on his belly button.
His gem's on his belly button.
So, like, it could have been food. It could have been food that activated it. Who the hell knows?
I love the beginning when Steven. Are we just gonna hop into the plot? Are we gonna do any of that stuff you wanted to talk about? Or are you just gonna hop into the plot?
I mean, we can do that as we go along.
Right. This episode starts off with Steven in the big donut, and he's like crying because the cookie cat ice cream has been discontinued. It's his favorite ice cream
I
band.
think you missed something, Robert.
What did
You
I
missed
miss?
the iconic
Oh
song?
yes, the theme song. This is our first proper time listening to the theme song that's not just sung by Steven, and it is beautiful. The second it just started, I'm like, are the crystal gems.
Germs.
You're right, we're the germs.
I
We're
don't
not
know
the
why
gems.
that's just like my reaction every time. I'm like, germs.
We are the germs.
We
There was
are.
an episode of Invader Zim where you and your other co-host Ray are not Invader Zim kids. I forgot.
I'm sorry.
Wow, Charlie. So you grew up weird without Invader Zim. You're a special breed.
I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I grew up with SpongeBob. That still makes me weird, right?
I mean, kinda, yeah. It depends on when you stopped watching SpongeBob.
My childhood memories are very blurry, and my parents also didn't like me watching the show because they thought it was dumb. So,
To be fair, you do lose a few brain cells if you watch SpongeBob. But yes, the iconic
intro. So
intro.
iconic. And Steven!
And Steven! I'm so used to the Steven universe, like seasons 3 and 4, or the later seasons where Greg has his moment where he's like, with like the guitar riff. Like, I'm so used to that.
Yeah, I do like the guitar riff.
Mm-hmm. But I like this. Between this, the later seasons version, and Steven Universe Future's theme song, which one do you like the best?
I mean, I like the not the future one, like the later one. This one, I mean, this one is classic, but I'm like,
cute. It's so cute.
It's adorable, but I do prefer like the later one better. Future is also good. This is also like choosing between your children. So
No. So if I have to choose between my children, I'm booping this one off the cliff. I'm booping Future off the cliff, and I'm keeping the later seasons version of this one.
wow, just cliffing them both.
Clipping them both. I am Mufasa-ing my children.
How dare you bring Mufasa into this?
I am, which is funny because Mufasa isn't even, in my opinion, the most fucked up Disney death. I would give that to Clayton from Tarzan.
You're not wrong.
I'm not wrong.
I definitely did not know what happened to him for many years because I did not see the shadow. I just did not ever see it.
I'm like, even for a kids movie, they got away with that. Like, damn.
Yeah. So Steven Universe.
So Steven Universe. Back to what I was saying before
about cookie cats.
Before I was reminded that I had forgotten about the iconic theme song, is that Steven is in the big donut and he's freaking out because the cookie cat ice cream that he likes has been discontinued because it did not compete as well as its competitor, Lion
Lickers.
Foreshadowing? Question mark?
I mean, it is foreshadowing. Also, they're both cat themed. Why am I just realizing they're both cat themed ice creams?
Because your brain cells have caught up.
Yeah. Those things that I maybe have.
Maybe.
So they let him keep the freezer though.
It's nice. Like Sadie gives him the freezer. He, because he's hugging it, he's crying, and she's like, "Steven, do you want the freezer?" And he's like, "Mm-hmm."
I mean, they went out of business. What are they gonna do with it?
Yeah.
That's fine.
I mean, honestly, for the little shop, the big donut, I always forget this. It
only has 2 employees?
No, not that. I know it only has 2 employees. Is it like a convenience store, or is it just like a Dunkin' Donuts that it has mainly donuts, but it also has like a fridge for ice creams and sodas?
I assume that it's like a Dunkin' Donuts situation.
Right.
But I don't know. Maybe it's like a very, very specific kind of donut place that's like, because this is set in like fictional Maryland, isn't it?
Fictional Maryland. Oh my god, I forgot this fucking takes place in Maryland.
Delmarva, which is like Delaware, Maryland, Virginia. So maybe it's a very specific donut shop convenience store that's specific to that area. Our friends in Virginia, please tell us.
Somewhere out there, alternate the Dr. Doofenshmirtz of this universe is trying to take over that tri-state area.
I mean, it's not a tri-state area in this universe, though. It's just one state. They just made all three of those into one state, Delmarva.
So Steven, I like how Steven lugs the freezer up with him so happily. He's just like walking up the little hill. I think he has it tied to with I think an electrical cord, or was it a rope?
Yeah, it's just like the cord that it came
the
with.
The cord, yeah. And he
And
walks
then
into his little house to find
Centipedal. But it's not the Centipedal. These are Centipedal's children? Okay, later lore makes me so confused about these early episodes. Seriously.
Yeah, it does. You just gotta remember that one Doctor Who line that's like, you may be a centipedal, but I am the centipedal, the original, one might say.
Oh. I mean, they literally called her like the centipedal mother.
Centipedal mommy.
I want to know how centipedal
Centipedal
makes
mommy, step
makes
on
the
me,
other
please.
ones. Also, why centipedal? I'm sorry, I have so many questions about these early episodes. Like,
I just want centipedal mommy to step on me with all her legs.
No. Jesus, this is a new kink. I'm not.
New kink? Where have you been?
The bug kink? Are bugs a kink now?
Charlie, there are areas of Twitter you should not go to.
I'm not on that area of Twitter.
Good. So they're just beating up the centipedals. They're occasionally dusting them. I love how casual Garnet especially just grabs one that flies at her and just like breaks its back, quote unquote.
Yeah, that's great.
Shows no emotion whatsoever. She just like sitting there with a blank face, just like,
that's the Garnet way, you know.
Crack.
And they're like, yeah, like these don't have gems, which is really weird for gem monsters, you know.
But they're still poofing.
Again, what is this canon? Someone explain this.
What is lore? One of the centipedals is raiding the fridge and freezer area, and that's where Steven finds out that Amethyst, Pearl, and Garnet secured him a big stockpile of Cookie Cat because they found out it was going out of business and that Steven loves it.
And did you see the other thing in the freezer?
Oh, I wasn't paying attention to all the thing. Oh, yeah!
You saw the bracelet? Connie's bracelet!
That's also in there. I forgot about that.
Literally, I love the crumbs that we get sometimes. It's so good.
Crumbs, we're eating well tonight with these crumbs. I found it very sweet that the gems got him a good, like, if Steven paces himself, that's a good, like, month or two of Cookie Cat. But, you know, it's Steven.
He ate, like, half of them in this episode.
He ate, like, half of them and then puked them up.
Yeah.
Didn't even get to savor them.
Very sad.
I love how, I guess, Amethyst and Garnet stole them, and then Pearl had to go back and pay for them.
Okay.
What store did they go to? How far did they travel? That's my question.
I have so many questions here. Well, one, where does Pearl get her money from?
I'm pretty sure Pearl,
because they don't have jobs.
They don't have jobs, but I always imagine that the Crystal Gems, since they've been on Earth for a long time,
Greg just gives them money?
No, I've always figured that they gather the idea, because if we remember from the pilot, there's that weird fucking scene of Amethyst handing Steven some cash and also the time thingy.
I think they rob banks.
I think they rob banks. No, I think they recognized at some point throughout their thousands of years on Earth that humans started to place value on things like gold, and maybe they just went and got a bunch of gold and converted it to money, and now they have money.
Ooh, they bought stock in Apple.
You know what? Considering Garnet does have future vision, I'm pretty sure they would play with the stock market. But also Garnet's future vision is sort of just like, you know, this might happen.
I mean, Garnet also would just like do the lottery. I think that definitely happened at some point. They literally just cheated the system and got a bunch of money.
Because Greg does not. We find out in the next episode that at this point, you know, Greg is running a laundromat, not laundromat, holy shit, car wash. A car wash, and that the car wash ain't doing so well. So Greg is definitely, like, he's living out of his van, dude. You think Greg is giving them money to buy a shitload of ice creams?
Well, he's living in his van. He's giving them all of his money because that's his child.
True.
He's paying his child support.
He's paying his child support to his dead wife's friends.
His dead wife's ex-girlfriend.
His dead wife's ex-girlfriend. His dead wife's ex accidentally adopted child and his dead wife's other accidentally adopted child.
Yeah. You're not wrong.
Garnet and Amethyst are the adopted children in the Pearl Rose Quartz relationship.
Yeah. You're absolutely correct. That's exactly how this works. So Steven sings the Cookie Cat song.
Can we?
We-
Should we?
Do we do it? Is this legal?
Oh, he's a frozen treat with an all new taste.
Because he came to this planet from outer space, a
refugee of an interstellar war.
But now he's at your local grocery store.
Cookie Cat, he's a pet for your tummy. Cookie Cat, he's super duper yummy. Cookie Cat, he left his family behind. Cookie Cat. Now available at Gurgen's off Route 109.
That's gonna be so bad.
Rebecca Sugar, please do not sue us.
So Steven's gem finally glows for the first time when he eats Cookie Cat. Is it because his stomach is like where his gem is, or is it because he's feeling happy?
I think.
Who knows?
Who knows? Say that this is the first time his gem's activating from happiness. When's the last time Steven was happy?
This is the first time he's ever been happy.
This is the first time our boy has ever experienced joy in his entire goddamn life.
I mean, I want to be like, it's YA middle grade. It's that kind of like, oh, puberty activates, the powers,
even though
stuff.
He's 14.
When does puberty hit for males?
I don't fucking know. You think just because I went through that, I remember? I just remember one day just being like, oh, my voice dropped. Oh, I smell. Oh, I'm growing hair.
I just know that it happens like a slightly later for guys than gals. And Steven is 13 at the start of the show.
13, but he looks like he's 10.
He hasn't grown since he was 8.
Right.
That's what we find out canonically.
So I guess he just still looks like an 8-year-old. That's fucking weird. That's
it is. Cool. It's that's great. So absolutely.
So Steven is trying to maintain the glow, and then it fades. And so all three of the crystal gems take him through their own interpretations or their ideas, their training, quote unquote, of how to activate your gem. Pearl gives him this weird fucking talk about like being one with the dance of the world or whatever. Like she explains that the petals, while they're falling, it may seem like it's random, but it's actually because of like the gravity of Earth and the wind resistance and all that shit. I'm like, what? I gotta
say, so this first episode really does so good at characterizing each of the gems.
Oh, absolutely.
As like different people. Like you got Pearl as the lawful. Yeah. You have Amethyst as the chaotic, and then Garnet is the neutral.
Garnet.
Those are their D&D alliances.
Yeah. Shit, you're right. You're not
literally
wrong.
That's it.
What's Steven?
Steven is Steven.
And Steven!
Right. Literally.
So it's like lawful, chaotic, and neutral. No, wait. Garnet, are lawful,
neutral, chaotic, and lawful.
And Steven!
Oh my god.
Steven does not understand shit about Pearl's metaphor, so he goes to Amethyst, who's just like, yeah.
Do whatever.
Amethyst is just that
Just
Shia LaBeouf
do
meme.
it!
Just do it! Don't let your dreams be dreams! Just do it! And like pulls... Oh, by the way, I don't know if we talked about their weapons in any form of detail in the last episode.
We have not.
I forget if we did.
I don't think.
So we have Pearl pulling out her... What is that, a lance?
It's a spear.
A spear.
And her spear and her gem's on her forehead. So she pulls that out like it's a unicorn horn.
Big ass forehead. Look at her
Love that.
Forehead.
I mean, I think we talked about Amethyst gem because, it's Amethyst gem. It's on her boobs. But like not. It's in
the middle. It's like an
it's in the boob window spot.
It's like Iron Man's arc reactor.
Yeah, it's the boob window spot. You know it. And she pulls her whip out of that.
She just casually whips the dump.
She whips it out.
The dumpster. And Lars is like, not again! Or again, or whatever it is.
I swear does that happen like multiple times in the show, or is it just this episode? I can't remember now.
Well, Steven then visits Garnet, and Garnet...
My god.
goes
God.
beyond what Pearl went. She goes like, you need to be at one with the universe and all matter and all existence, and only then can you summon. Then she summons out her gauntlets, which, you know, in the pilot they look weird and orange. In this one, they look like what they normally look like.
Yeah. And Garnet has 2 gems? I don't know what's up with that, but like,
I forgot that they don't do the lighting of her visor bit until after we find out she's a fusion. Because I was looking at her visor to see which part of her is talking.
oh,
You
that
knew about
doesn't
this.
actually. Okay, I've heard Rebecca Sugar talking about like
Okay,
the
Rebecca
lighting of
Sugar
the visor,
Rebecca
where she's
Sugar
like,
can bump off. Who is she other than the creator of the show? Who cares?
she was just like, if we had really thought about that.
When the visor lights up mainly blue, it's sapphire. When the visor lights up mainly red, it's ruby.
Yeah, Rebecca Sugar's like, if we had put that much thought into things, yeah, that didn't happen.
Rebecca Sugar is full of Cookie Cat, and she's about to puke.
Probably.
I'm definitely spoiled by season 2 onwards, or at least part of season. But I don't remember when it stops, because I think it does stop at some point, because they were like, this is actually too much detail.
I didn't actually pay attention though to the light in the visor.
Yeah, if you pay attention, especially after it's revealed that she's a fusion, her visor will be more blue or more red. It's very prominent in her fight against Jasper.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, but you know, that's going ahead. So no, it was just all light pink, and I'm like, who the fuck is talking?
I mean, it does look more pink when it's ruby though. It doesn't really look red. It looks pink. So, oh, I forgot what happens then, but like he's like with all of them and he's like, I don't know what to do. Or no, he tries to recreate it. That's what it is.
He tries to recreate it. He has everyone stand pretty much exactly where they were. He even has the minute details planned out. He's
Pearl,
like,
your foot was here.
Pearl, your foot was here. Amethyst, cross your arms. And they're both like, this isn't going to do shit. And he eats a bit of the cookie cat and nothing happens. But then he starts being happy, I guess. And all of a sudden, the shield manifests.
He feels accepted by the gems because they're all like, yeah, like, if it weren't for you, we wouldn't be the crystal gems. Not without you, Steven. I don't know. That's what I think it is he's happy, he feels accepted, and all of that. And that's the emotion going into it.
And he summons his shield. Oh my god.
And it's okay, I was really paying attention to this if they were gonna say, oh my god, it's Rose's shield. No, it's just like Pearl's like, it's a shield. So they never mention rose quartz in this first episode, actually.
It's very funny. I also noticed that they do not mention rose quartz. It's buck wild.
Yeah, so Steven's like, oh yeah, I get it through the ice cream. That's the magic. What's in these things? Is what Pearl says.
High fructose corn syrup. That's probably it. That's probably the secret.
My brain was saying happiness. Happiness is what's in them.
You monsters. Steven has been alive for 13 years and this is the first time he's felt accepted or happy. You monsters.
Legit.
Centipede Mommy shows up and she starts attacking.
Don't call her mommy.
Centipede Mommy shows up and starts attacking the house and the crystal gems, and Steven brings the cookie cat freezer and connects it with a long extension cord to the house. A
very long extension cord. And also in this fight, part of the temple gets melted. I just felt like mentioning that's Obsidian's hand.
Rip Obsidian. Except not really, but you know.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's okay. That hand, I think, just heals itself by the next episode.
I mean, it's a falling apart temple.
There was a point where they started to keep consistency over the damage of the temple. It's just definitely not from the first episode.
Yeah, you're probably right. So Steven is just eating Cookie Cat aggressively
he has
at
like
the
5.
centipedal.
I don't know if you fucking counted. He has like 5.
I did not count. God.
How many has he had? So he had the one that he split. But he had one. He had one that he split between.
Oh, that's right.
Because he ate like half of it and then put it away, and then they ate the other half when he recreated the scene. He had one, and then he ate 2, I want to say, before. I think he has like 5 total. He has like 4 trying to fight the centipedal.
Okay. I believe you.
I don't believe myself, so thank you for believing me.
I believe in Steven. And then Steven, like, The fridge like dies because Senti
R.I.P.
like hits it.
R.I.P. Yeah, Senti Mommy
And
hits
then
it.
what does Steven do? He uses the dead fridge to like kill Senti.
Electrocute the shit out of Centipedal Mommy.
Yeah.
And then the gems are like, now's our chance, and they curb stomp. Well, not literally, but they did this, throw themselves and their weapons at Centipedal and poof her, and she turns into that looked like a Pokeball for half a second.
I mean, no matter what, she looks like a Pokeball, I think.
Hmm.
I think that's just how she looks.
And they boop it off. Garnet bubbles it and poofs it off. I could have sworn each of the gems had their own individual color for their bubbles.
I believe they do, but
Or
Garnet,
is it all just pink?
they do have different colors. But Garnet's might look kind of pink because remember, Garnet is like a reddish gem.
A reddish gem. Reddish, and it is sunset.
Because
so
I know
whatever.
pearls are white, amethysts are purple, and later on paradots are green. So
Paradots. Ooh.
I think those are all the gem bubbles that we see later on.
Yeah, Steven buries the wrappers. Not the fridge, just the wrappers.
Okay, I thought it was the fridge too.
No, he only buries the wrappers, and he puts a little leaf, and he's like, I'm so, I'm so sad, but whatever. The gems cheer him up.
If only his tears brought back the cookie cats, or like
I don't think
something magically.
I don't think you can heal a melted ice cream bar.
And yet you could bring a watermelon to life. There is no logic.
And a pumpkin.
Yeah. What if he brought Cookie Cat to life?
Oh my god. Cookie Cat is an ally in the final fight. Cookie Cat gets melted and dies.
No!
Cookie Cat, he's super duper melty. Cookie Cat, he's very, very dead.
I hate you.
Yeah. Steven feels queasy, and he's like, I ate too many Cookie Cats, and everyone just sort of laughs it off, and then the iris closes in on him, and Steven pukes.
He dead. He
dead. R.I.P. Steven ate too much Cookie Cat.
Yeah, we actually buried Steven in this episode. It was the first episode he died because he had too many Cookie Cats.
Episode he died. Death. Let's just keep a tally. Season 1, episode 1. Steven dies. Cause of death: too much high fructose corn syrup.
That's me every day, though.
Okay, so do you eat like 4 or 5 ice cream sandwiches a day? No, you don't, because you don't like ice cream sandwiches. So you're safe.
I ate regular ice cream, though.
That's fine. You probably had like a serving.
Maybe. I may have had a large today.
Fuck, I want ice cream now. Why does Dairy Queen have to be so goddamn far? The nearest Dairy Queen from my house is in like the city. I'm like, bruh.
I'm sorry.
Or Long Island, and I don't want to go to either way.
Let's talk about some things, my dude. Let's go to our temple trivia.
Temple trivia. This is the first time it's called the Crystal Temple, by the way, instead of the Crystal Palace. Or other way around. No, I was right. Crystal Palace was in the pilot. Crystal Temple's here.
Okay, I was confused why they called it Palace in the pilot. So because that is very interesting.
Pilot. It was a weird fucking pilot. You sent me that picture of what it would have looked like if the pilot versions of the characters were in the Steven Universe movie, and I'm like, it looks so wrong and so right at the same time.
Yeah, I know, right? Maybe we need to call this like Crystal Temple trivia or something. I don't know. I was trying to come up with a good name for the trivia segment here. So, yeah, our trivia. All right, Pearl had Dexter Lion. That's not important.
Steven Shield is the first piece of music that was composed for Steven Universe.
That is beautiful, actually. That's so good.
Also, this episode was available for free on iTunes before it officially aired on Cartoon Network. That's bonkers.
Interesting.
Remember when iTunes was good? That's a trick question. iTunes was never good.
Oh my god, wait. The background music for Cookie Cat was composed on a Nintendo Game Boy.
As it should. It honestly does sound like that.
I love it.
It's great.
Beautiful.
The iTunes and digital HD versions of the episode have an audio mixing error during the first... Who cares? Audio mixing. Who cares about audio?
I'm moving on to cultural references.
I'm stalking here.
Wow. Amazing.
Yeah, that's a reference to like the I'm Walking Here by Dustin Hoffman and Midnight Cowboy. Or, if you're a New Yorker, I'm walking here. Yo, what's up? I'm walking here.
I knew that was a line, but I'd never known what that was from until now. That's
mean,
cool.
They'll
Okay.
say it's from Midnight Cowboy, but I'm a New Yorker, and you just go like, "Hey, yo, I'm walking here. What's your fucking business?"
It's from New York.
New York, and I was right. Nephrite's gem, Centipede
Pokeball.
Mommy, is a Pokeball from Pokemon.
Also, the fact that they're like, Steven's gem glowing is like a magical girl's transformation. It gets more magical girl as the show goes on. This show is a magical girl anime. Just saying
Steven is best magical girl.
You're not wrong. I absolutely think so. The Steven puking bit is gonna come back in our time travel episode because, of course, there's another one.
Uncle Grandpa is in the Uncle Grandpa episode. Appears in the promo in the corner, and he's like trying to get the gem's attention. I need to know if there was actually an Uncle Grandpa promo when this episode was aired.
I don't care enough. I'm sorry.
Happy birthday! Don't worry, this one's not canon.
And then he throws cannons at the ship.
Yeah.
The ship.
Get
that
it? The
influences
ship.
Sadie.
The ship. The ship.
The ship is dying.
The ship is
dead.
dying, which is weird because I actually don't remember how the Sadie and Lars ship ends. I think she gets a girlfriend, right?
Partner.
A partner, right? Yes, there we go.
Mm-hmm.
The partner is like not described gender.
This is the first time we see crying breakfast friends. Jesus, I can't say words. Crying.
The show would later appear in Space Race. Yes, Space Race, the episode where Pearl tries to kidnap Steven and kill them both.
I'm forgetting how to say words. We need to just have like a little one sentence review, but like that. Like, oh yeah, the episode where Pearl tried to kill Steven by bringing him to space for 50 years.
So for Gemglow, the episode where Steven eats too much sugar
and dies.
R.I.P.
I'm sorry.
Steven. What's his full name? You remember his full name?
R.I.P. Steven Quartz Cutie Pie DeMeo Diamond Universe.
May he rest in peace. May his soul find whatever afterlife awaits him. May he burn it out.
I mean, if he wants to. That's only if he wants to. Alright, my dude. My
bro. Yo, bro. Hey, bro.
Who would you give a pearl point to in this episode?
I would give a pearl point to Cookie Cat for being the first instance of happiness Steven has ever felt in his life.
Actually, that's the description of this episode. Steven feels happiness for the first time. And then pukes it all up.
And by the time we get to Steven Universe Future, he's like, Doc, help. Fill me with all the sugar. I can't feel happy. I feel trauma. Too much trauma.
I mean, it's because he stops having sugar at that point. That's why he's not happy anymore. He's having like freaking what is it? Like protein shakes? Bro, you need sugar.
There's some sugar in protein shakes. I have protein shakes. Maybe that's why I'm not happy. Maybe I need to consume more sugar.
Yes, you do, actually. This is a pro-sugar podcast now.
Hey, Charlie. Are you pro-sugar because you're a sweetie?
Yeah.
Who would you give a pearl point to, Charbini?
I want to give it to Steven for trying his best. I feel like I'm going to say that a lot, actually, on this show.
Actually, you know who I changed my mind. So I give half a pearl point to Cookie Cat, and I give the other half to Steven's TV that he fucking destroyed.
Right? When he summoned the shield, and it's just like, yay! Boing, 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 boing.
Into the shield. Captain America's it into the TV.
Absolutely.
Which, again, if it's a shield that can absorb all kinetic energy, how does it bounce off walls? I can't. Also, if it bounces, how does it bounce off of walls, but will go into the wall made out of the same material and then bounce out from inside the wall?
We can't get into how vibranium works.
In the MCU, because we have a lot of information about how vibranium works in the comics, but
we can't get into this. But I'm gonna. I don't have a. I mean, maybe I do have a good name for this. Let's just call it the question.
The question.
Because you know what, the garnet is the answer. So here's the question. Of the episode, at least. what would your gem weapon be?
Can I just say a gun? Can I just like my gem? I feel like I'd have it like maybe like on my side, like under my ribs. I just reach under and I'm like.
So it's like the gun holster spot, like
the gun holster spot, like on my ribs. I just like reach into my gem and I'm like, it's a gun. And considering I'm like a Peridot, so it's just like a green gun. It just looks like a fucking like a water gun. Reach for the sky. It's high noon.
I'm imagining your little Discord emoticon of the you with the gun, and that's it.
Oh! You mean the one where it's just like me angrily with the gun, like
with your eyeballs like really really big?
Yes.
That's you as a gem right there.
Here, I'm just gonna post that real quickly in the Deus Ex Media server. Just no context.
Just no context spoilers.
No context.
I love me a good no context spoiler.
Stickers, gun. All right, I did it.
Yeah, and then I guess. Okay, I've thought about this like a few times. One that I've come back to, I mean, for me it's either between a scythe, because I love scythes, like the long, like anime spear scythe type thing. You know what I'm talking about. Like the freaking scythe that I'm forgetting names. Spinel has in the movie, but like not with that power. Just because I love a good really long stick. But I also I've also thought about it before, and I'm just like, what if it was like the blades that Zuko has? I think they're called Dao blades or something like that. Yeah. Yeah. It's either really long scythe or
okay,
two
well,
swords.
you know what? Your two swords versus my gun. Boom.
Yeah, you win at rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah.
To bring it back to Percy Jackson.
At least Steven gets his shield back.
Ouch! My heart!
My heart. Steven also made well, technically Steven's mom made the shield. So, at least Steven respects the shield given to him by
God.
family. As opposed
now
to
I want to draw a comic of like Steven and Percy talking about their shields respectively.
Throw Captain America somewhere in there.
And then Thalia's just like in the background like, I still got my shield.
I still got my shield.
Ha. Anyway,
Turbine, are we done?
Yeah.
Are we finished?
I think yes, I think we have come to a close on this episode of The Bits.
The Bits.
So, my dude, if every podcast were perfect, we wouldn't have The Bits. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye. You can follow this podcast socials at The Bits SU Pod on Instagram and Tumblr. You can send a message to our Diamond line through thebitssupod@gmail.com. Be sure to give us a rating, a review, or let your friends and followers know how much you love the podcast. That really helps. Our music was written and produced by Jason Hilton. You can find him at Negative Selections on Instagram. You can follow me, Charlie, at GreenPixie12 on most platforms, and I also have an art Instagram at GreenPixieDraws.
You can find me, Robert, at the Damn Meme page on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Damn is spelled D-A-M. If you want to hear more from me, check out one of my many podcasts. I have a Once Upon a Time podcast called Entering Storybrooke, a Kim Possible podcast called That's a Sitch, and an Osman Verse podcast called The Truum Grammar Book Club.
The Bits is proud to be a part of Deus Ex Media, which features great podcasts like Of the Eldest Gods, a chapter-by-chapter Rick Riordan pod with mythological context and no spoilers. This season on Of the Eldest Gods,
we make our way through the maze of
Labyrinth,
Yeah, Labyrinth, whatever. And we tell you all about the next book in the Percy Jackson and the Olympian series.
And explain the myth context as we go along.
So, the whole stuck in a maze thing is just a gimmick for this book, right?
Yeah, sure, Ray.
Hey, Charlie! Where the fuck are we?
Only you can save us from the labyrinth by listening to our podcast.
Help!
Normally, this is the part of the show where I should have left a blooper in, however, I'm a perfectionist, and I kind of forgot. So let me leave you with a bad pun instead. Why did Steven increase the cardio in his exercise routine? Because he wanted to get cut like a diamond.
Deus Ex Media.